There's a quick matter I would like to talk about, and I just had to bring this your way. It's about the plight of Nigerian students in Russia. And I'm going to have somebody, join me and talk to me about the plight of Nigerian students in Russia. Those that the monies has been cut into half and all of that has transpired and that has happened. And I must have to say, that this is where we need to just reach out to them and help as much as we can, to be able to ameliorate the challenges they are facing. So, we'd like them, to join us up. Once they join us up, we'll be able to have the conversation. Joined? As Favor joined. So maybe she should try joining me again. Favor, if you're on this live, please try joining me again. Try joining me again, please. I beg you. I don't know what's going on. I've tried everything. They say you're not able to join. I think obviously I don't know, something is wrong on your end. So I'll just do a call with you. So we'll do it this way. So I've tried on 2 occasions. You can't join, so I think there's a problem. So Favor, just speak to Nigerians watching this now. What is your plight? At first, have you guys been paid your scholarship fee in Russia in the last 1 year? What is going on? Talk to me.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, great. So for the past 1 year, we haven't been paid our stipends, and we got in news after much requests and after much pressuring and all of that. And then the news we got in later, that was on Wednesday, they told us that they're going to give us a slash for the year 2024. And now they haven't even talked about the outstanding fees of last year. So it seems like the slash is only just for this year. And
okay. At first, Favor, so that we get it right, reintroduce yourself. How did you get to Russia in the first place? You are there to school on behalf of Nigerian government and all of that. I mean, tell us the backstory first before you talk. Tell us about this price slash.
Okay, so my name is Trevor Godwin. I'm the Trevor Godwin from Akwa Ibom State. And I came here on a scholarship in 2021. And before we came, we were schooling online. We had our preparatory class online, the language year. And then after the language year, we were able to move to the first year. And we had it online because of the COVID and the pandemic, the COVID pandemic that happened in 2021, 2021. And so after the borders were open, the Russian borders were open, we were allowed to come in to study. And so when we came in here, before leaving, we signed an agreement that that we are going to be paid a monthly stipend of $500 per year, and an additional of 250 or a certain amount for our clothing and clothing and upkeep. Yeah, and they've been keeping to that for the past years, but they haven't been paying on time.
So which scholarship is this? Does it have to do anything with the federal government of Nigeria? Which scholarship is this?
This is the Bilateral Educational Awards Scholarship. So it's an agreement between bilateral scholarship between Russia and Nigeria. They also give it to other countries like Hungary, Morocco, China, Venezuela, and there are about 7 countries, so there are about Serbia as well. And they give students about 50 to 100 students per year annually to come here to these different countries to study. And when you come here, you have to learn the language for a year before you proceed to the first year. And basically, that's how it has been. And the agreement was that when you come here, your school fees is taken care of by the government, by the Russian government, and then your stipends and your other things will be taken care of by the Nigerian government. And the Russian government has been doing a very good part in that. Of course, our school fees, we don't need to bother about that because it's covered already. And so this $500 that is being allocated to us, that is being given to us every month, we use it to pay for our accommodation, our visa renewal, and our medical insurance. And then we use the remaining one that will be left to cater for our daily needs and other upkeeps. And this slash really costs very big. It's something that is very sad.
How many percentage slash is this slash?
This is like 56.
And what did you guys do to qualify for this bilateral education award scholarship?
So for my sets in my time when I applied for it, I first applied and then we wrote an examination, and then afterwards we asked to send our documents, our WIAC results, and the requirement was that you have to have a minimum of 5 A's and I think 2 B's thereabouts in your WIAC results. So basically they give it based on the people that merit it, outstanding students, I would say, and also yeah, with the girl, yes. Sometimes it might not necessarily go that way, but yeah.
Okay, so you said they were, and the government was, so you've been there since 2021, but they were paying you the $500 and your colleagues. Yes. But when did they, you said over a year they've not paid you guys. How many months are they owing you, and when did they start this slash?
Okay, so they've been owing us since last year, July. That's approximately 13 months. A year plus 13 to 14 months, yeah. And they started a slash. They just sent the message to us on Wednesday, if I'm not mistaken, right? That they're going to give us, we're going to have a slash of 56%. They're going to be giving us $220, not $500 anymore. So initially it was $500, and now they want to give us $220. That's like half of the money, which is literally nothing, because in some schools that's just their fees for accommodation, medical insurance, and visa insurance. And then at the end of the day, they'll have little or nothing to cater for their extra needs. And then for the preparatory class, the language year students, they are unofficially a student in Russia, because they're just learning the language. They haven't yet moved to the first year. So for them, some of them have to move to different cities, because this language here, it depends on where you are being sent to. You can live in a different city, in a different school than your main school. Do you understand? So now, when it comes to this period of time, they need to move to their main school where they will start their first year, the second year, and the third year, and they continue to graduate. And all this requires a lot of money for them. And also, it's going to put them, it's putting us in a very tight situation, because we haven't been paid for the past 1 year. We've been barely surviving. And then all of a sudden we receive this information that they are going to give us a slash. It doesn't just make any sense, because where was that agreement taken? Who was the one that's, how did they just take up a decision without the students being involved and all of that? And after owing us for a year, we've been waiting patiently, trying to ask them when are they going to pay our stipends, and then the next thing we are hearing, we are getting a slash. And then I don't know whether they expect us to just accept it that way, or to just relax and not say anything about it. Yeah.
Okay. So the program is designed for scholars, right? The Russian government pays your tuition, Nigerian government pays your support fee. Then you come back to add to the development of Nigeria. Because a lot of people on this live, that's why it's hurting me that they wanted to ask questions. So I want you to indicate if you want to ask more questions from Favor here. Another question I'd like to ask you. So they are still owing you the 13 months now, and now they're going to slash. How have you people been coping in this 13 months that they're owing you? How have you been coping?
So we haven't been. Oh well, some people have been working. Me personally, I run a fashion business, and it's what has been sustaining me for the past period of time.
Let's help you promote. What do you do in your fashion business? Let's promote it now. Yeah.
Okay, so my brand is an Afrocentric fashion brand that specializes in the use of African fabrics to create unique clothing and accessories, ranging from women's clothes to men's clothes to earrings, necklaces, and the rest of the thing. And we basically make use of African fabrics to create these pieces, right? And we cater for both the Africans and the Russians. And we've been able to participate in certain events, which has given us some publicity and also help to boost the brand. Yeah. Okay. And our IG, our Instagram name is favorite couture. So
Okay.
I've tried to figure.
Favorite couture. Okay, that's at favorite couture. Okay, so you can patronize. So that's the business angle. So it's because of so it's your business that you've been used to send yourself in school in the last, about a month, about 13 months that they've not paid you and all of that. So okay. So some of them too have been doing other menial jobs like washing plates and the likes, right?
Yeah, some people have been working and doing some other things and all of that. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so somebody's saying no, boss. No, we are not working. No. I think also churches too.
Like there's just few students that have that can manage to work because it's not so easy to work and to do school here in Russia. So some people can't work.
Okay, not everybody. As I think some other people that are your also fellow student are also joining. Somebody's also saying, hello, please accept the request. Student association here too in Algeria. And let's tag the minister in charge. Okay, we'll see how all of that, pans out and works out, Faith. So you have a lot of your people too that want to join up on this,
on this platform.
On this platform. Just a minute, I just want to power up my device here because I need to run off for another engagement soon. So you have who did you call? You said
Did you on the line? Can you please
did what
the
did this
and doubt to
okay, dial 2. Let me see if I can go live with dial 2. Hope it's not going to bounce it off again. Yeah, okay, I can see Dr. Dial 2.
Yeah.
They said the 500 was even barely enough for you guys. Okay, yeah. Dial 2, how are you? How's everything, my brother?
I'm fine, sir. Good afternoon. How are you doing?
Great. Dial 2, tell me what's going on with the plight of Nigerian students in Russia? I also hear those that in Algeria too are complaining. Tell me more about it, Dial 2. What's happening?
Actually, I'm in Morocco. So
Oh, you are in Morocco.
Yes, I'm
okay, tell me what's happening to you guys in Morocco. Yeah. Tell me what's happening in Morocco. Are you part of this bilateral scheme?
Yes, I've been part of this bilateral scheme since 2017. I was given the award to study medicine, and that was 2017, just I think a year or two after Buhari became the president. So we got here, and life has just been there. Sometimes good, and sometimes it's challenges, as always. So right now, what is happening with the student is that we've not been paid for over 1 year now. I would say 13 months precisely, and it started last year when our money for January to August was appropriated. But you know what happened? The dollar was devalued, and the budget as at then was, I think, around 500 or 600. So when the dollar was devalued, it means that the money that is appropriated to the Federal Scholarship Board cannot be able to pay us all the arrears that they have to pay. So what happened was they paid for 8 months, but we had a shortfall, that's a dollar differentials of almost 2 months. I think it was like $1,123. So they told us that, okay, this is the issue. The dollar has been devalued. We cannot afford to pay. This is what we have. So we cannot allow you to staff. Take what we have, and then this one will be recorded as a dollar differentials. And when it is being approved, we are going to pay you. So the student took it. So that means we have like 1,100 in differentials, and we have the 4 months of 2023 also that has not been paid. So that makes it like 4 months plus $1,000. So since then, we've not seen any money. I mean, since August of last year, and right now we are in July, we've still not see any money. So this time around, the same issues that happened in 2023 happened this time around as well. So the budget was appropriated, and I think the National Assembly passed the budget at around 800 to 1 naira, $800 to 800 naira to $1 exactly. Yes. So, but right now, as we speak, the CBN is selling the dollar at about 1,600. Okay, so that means there is almost 50% cut in whatever that has been appropriated. So the FSB communicated to the Students' Union on Wednesday, saying that, okay, the money for 2024 has been released to us, but this is the money we have. The money cannot be able to buy the complete amount of dollar we need to pay you guys. So we can't allow you to staff. Therefore, we are going to pay you this amount, and then we are going to pay you this amount. So what the letter read was they are going to slash the money by over 56%, by over 50%, so that they will pay us what they have at the moment. So on receiving the letter, students were actually, because the letter came as if to say they are slashing the money and we're not going to get anything. So the questions were like, we're suffering, we don't have accommodation, especially for people here in Morocco. We have a lot of, the landlords were chasing us out, and I think you come across videos online where you see the landlord begging the Nigerian government to pay students. So after all this plight, why are you now slashing this money? So the student union wrote back to the FSB to say that no, we do not agree this slash in the money that we are doing. We cannot accept it because it cannot even pay our rent, let alone other utilities, transportation, books, and other things that are necessary for you to live. So today, I think we got a clarification from the FSB to tell us that what they mean in the letter was they are going to pay us this percentage, and the latter percentage will be paid at a later time. So I think the student presidents, what they have decided to do is, okay, if that is the case, we want to have it in written form. The letter that we sent
the
to reject this.
Not decide that.
Okay. Let Olochi talk. Olochi, where are you joining us from?
Sorry, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Where are you joining us from? Yeah.
I'm joining from Russia.
Okay. Go ahead.
Russia.
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Okay, talk to us. Yeah.
Yes. So that kind of some information is given that I'm not aware of. So it's maybe clashing information. First of all, the student did not decide. The FSB did not inform us that the money they were slashing was that they'll pay us later. No, they told us according to the letter. I don't know if I can display on Instagram that the current
Please
rate
just
is
display here.
$220. Can you hear
Display
me?
the letter, please. Yes, display the letter if you can. Yeah.
If it's possible to display on Instagram, but just a minute. Let me check for the letter. So give me a minute, please. Where can I find this?
No problem, Olochi.
Yes. There was no information provided that they were going to provide more money or anything. They just said the last rate was $500 and now they are going to pay us $220. That is what has been causing the outrage after owing for 13 months. Just a minute.
Can I come in?
Yes, please.
Yeah,
right.
go ahead.
I was the former student president of the Nigerian Students in Morocco, and I am still part of the union of the bilateral education agreement where all decisions are being taken. So I'm actually talking from the point of knowledge. I'm not just saying it from what we've seen as students, and I'm trying to give the explanation here. The same way the students interpreted it, it was the same way we interpreted that letter. Hence why I told you that the students' union sent back a rejection letter to the FSB to say, because of our current situation, we can't accept this. $220 is not even enough, especially for us in Morocco, to pay rent. So what happened was we have the parent union. So the parent ESCO went yesterday to meet with the Federal Scholarship Board. They met with the director, and the director said that in clause 4, they meant they were going to balance 2023 and 2024. So when they said that, what I think the student leaders now agree on is, okay, there is no problem. If that is the case, we can take this money. But before doing so, this letter you sent, it is not clear enough. So we would love you to reply to our rejection letter, telling us that what you meant in this letter is that the balance of so amount is going to be given as soon as the money is paid. That way, the student union can have an evidence, because this is why she's talking from the point of evidence. Yeah, I know she has a letter. So that way, when they reply to us, we can have an evidence and we can show to the student, okay, this is the evidence FSB said. And then after that, we'll be able to say, okay, we're going to accept it. Why fighting for the other? But before I let her come in, the most important point in this conversation is that we are calling on the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, to look into this situation. Students have not been paid for over 1 year. Here in Morocco, we're owing landlords. We've been looking for rents to pay for. We've been looking for debt to pay for houses. Our parents are indebted. They have gone to the extent of taking loans because their salary cannot afford to buy enough dollars to send to students abroad. So we've taken all those, and all those things we're taking it with the intention that when the federal government pay this money, it should be enough for us to offset this debt that we have. So we're calling on him to look into this plight. Students are really here in Morocco, in Africa, we don't have part-time jobs. So students are barely struggling to survive, and people are trying to hold on to themselves. The young girls can start thinking of prostitution. The young guys can start thinking of drugs. So we cannot afford all these things. It's going to dent the image of Nigeria
Thank you so much,
international stage. So we're calling on him to please look into that. And then a supplementary budget was sent. So this is the question we will really need the FSB to answer. Okay, if this money is going to be paid, as you said, okay, a supplementary budget was set. Were we captured on the budget? Is it going to be appropriated now and paid to us? So I'm only appealing to him to speed this process so that the money will be paid to students and will be able to alleviate the suffering.
Thank you so much. Onocha, your reaction to all of this?
Yes, so I'm completely baffled because we are FSB students and coming together to say FSB said they would pay us $220 as half payment and offset it later is completely, I'm believing it. If we believe it, we are fooling ourselves because there was a case. 2020, there was this set of students that came to Russia. They had COVID issues. Their money was released. FSB told them that because they were not in Russia or outside, sorry, not just Russia, the different countries, that would give them 300,000 naira for what do you call it, for airtime and all, and release their money later on. These children came to Russia. FSB gave them only 300 naira, released nothing, and they have a shortfall of I don't know how much, and even threatened the kids when the kids wanted to speak up. So the federal government coming on to tell us right now, after they say that we are not happy, there's outrage, that they are going to give us the remaining balance later is completely foolish because I just displayed the letter. The letter said that the balance, the money before was 500, it is now 220. What is stopping the federal government from sending what they have as 500 without sending it as 220? Him is talking from a position of someone that has probably been communicating with parents who are pro-FSB and other leaders who also are pro-FSB. I'm talking from the point of view of an average student who is not even aware of the manipulation that is going on. They told us 220.
Okay. So let's do this. Guys, one thing I can assure you is I will give my platform for us to do follow-ups and ensure this is sorted out. I will want you guys, if the little has said they were going to pay XYZ, can we also agree to meet maybe sometime next week to see a follow-up on what has happened so that we keep amplifying this? And I'm also going to relay this, across many media outlets as much as possible. Why I decided to step in when I was sent the message was because I care for a lot of our Nigerian students, and I want you guys to know that you're not alone. So if you say, oh, there are some people that might be pro-FSB and everything, can we touch base on this next week again, if any development has happened? And I can assure you that we'll constantly keep putting this on the front burner. And Dalitu too, can you also touch base with us? I mean, Pavy Couture linked all of us together, but I can also set up a live. We can plan a time and we continue this conversation. My own point is I want you guys to be okay. If you're okay, because I know what goes on. I don't like to say the things I do for a lot of Nigerian students in diaspora, but I know how I had to make money available when some of the students that had the problem in Ukraine were in problems. And I know the role I play. I don't like to toot my horn. And these are the things, because I know you being somewhere far away from home is a very difficult one. It's difficult, very difficult for everybody. You just imagine Moroccan landlords, doing all sorts to you guys over there. It's very sad. Or just imagine Russian
landlords. In Russia, some
you can't even work in Russia.
It's really
that's the sad one.
To do so many jobs.
That's a sad one. So,
And the
guys,
sad
guys,
shows
I
that
can,
it's inflating
yeah,
everything.
I,
Sorry for
I
I
think
can
interrupting.
imagine.
It's
So,
just so painful.
yeah.
I
So,
think
Dalito, can we all meet next week again and touch base and see if anything has happened? But I definitely know on this live, a lot of people in authority or people that know people in authority are definitely watching, and they've heard all your arguments today. All right? Can we all work
can
at this?
I
Yeah.
make this clarification because she made mention of pro FSB and the rest of the thing. Okay, probably she may refer to other people, but as far as the students are concerned, the cry is different. All I was giving is a question you asked, so I wanted to give you the clarification from the side of the government as well as from the side of the students, which you now both have it, and I know you know where to hit
The government has several
the axe on.
sides have
So
never
actually,
benefited us.
at
Stealing
this
money to
point,
be
I
their
think
side all the
what
time.
we want, like I said, is for the money to just be released once and for all, and the students should be paid. That is all we are clamoring for. So whatever explanation they are giving, basically it is their own working and then administrative process. All the students want at this point is
Well,
that the money should
when
be
did
paid
they,
and be
By the
released.
way,
Darling, when
the
is this money
director
going to
of
be paid?
That is the
Okay, say
question.
what you want.
it's
Why
not
not just
Because
say
even
we've
what you
been
want to
there
say?
13
by
good
the way, the
months.
director of the FSB implied that if you do not collect the 220, you should get out. So right now they are saying they are trying to, there was no information, no nothing, no communication. They just drop a memo and said if you don't collect it, rest. So what he's saying is quite annoying because it's making it look like they have better plans for us, made us aware and we are still fighting. No, they did not.
Okay, so
No,
Dalitu,
nobody is okay, sir.
when did the FSB said they were going to pay this money?
Exactly. In the letter they sent, that was why I was giving you explanation. When the letter came on, all of us rejected it. Even the student union, we sent back a rejection letter that we are not accepting it. So they came to say that in clause 4 of the letter, where they wrote that the balance of 2023 and the balance of 2024 will be paid when the money is made available. That was their statement.
So when will
Immediately,
this
that's
money be made
exactly
available?
that is now the point I'm making. But I understand her frustration actually. That's not the point I'm making. We've been waiting for 13 good months. Even if it's a pregnant woman, she should have given birth to a baby of 3-4 months by now. We've been talking about there is a slash, there is a what do you call it? A shortfall, the dollar rate is high. We've been talking about that for over 13 good months. And as a nation, we still cannot correct this anomaly when we know the problem is from the dollar and we still cannot solve it. So the solutions we are proposing for them in the future, because this dollar devaluation has come to stay and we cannot be having this fight every year. So what we are saying is that the government should either peg our own money in dollars, since they know they're paying us in dollar, where we would have no complaint with naira has gone up or dollar has gone up, just pay it to us in dollars straight away. Or if you are not going to do that, then once the budget is passed, send our money without any of these issues. So when are they going to pay? It is when we can't even see. So the best thing for us right now is to plead, and we are pleading on you.
Do you guys know probably if they have put your money in the supplementary budget? Because there's a supplementary budget of 6.3 trillion that's been
Thank you
mooted to
so
the national.
much.
Do you know if they put that money in there,
And
or
that
you
was the
don't know?
statement I made as well. What we want right now is that there's a supplementary budget of 6.6 trillion, and you're coming to say that you have a shortfall. What have you done about it? Is it captured in the supplementary budget? Is it passed? When will the money be released? All those things is not even, the information are not out. All they're telling us
The
is that we have
FSB
this
do not
amount of
communicate
money.
with students.
All that
They just
is that
drop
they have this
memo
amount
and
of money,
insist.
and we are going to send it, and then we'll complete the rest. So the
And
completion of the
because
rest for 2023 has not been completed up to date.
Oh,
2024, we are going
okay.
into the same issue,
Oh,
and probably
okay. So
2025
guys,
will have the same issues. So all we're appealing is
okay.
they should have a total amount of money that they need to offset the areas of students, and we're appealing to the president that you should look into that particular amount and release it so that these students will be paid, and then they'll be able to live their a better life outside.
Paid how much? Please, doctor, paid how much?
They should calculate all the money, all the areas, and then go ahead.
What?
They went for an interview. I'm coming, please.
Top J. Okay.
They went for an interview in the National Assembly. And the Committee of Education in National Assembly, I remember clearly what the man told the director and the permanent secretary Asad then, who is now the head of service. He told her, you complained of this same problem last year, and this year you are still coming with the same problem. Why can't you just give us a reasonable amount that we are going to appropriate, and this money will be paid once and for all? So we are in the same place. What I want Rufai here to understand is to understand the process so that you will know when
The person on the call
it's not that
yesterday with
nobody
the director
is with
herself is here.
nobody
Dr.
is
Dalitu,
with the
Out
same.
of
let Top J. Oh, yeah, Top J. How are you? Where are you from?
Yeah,
Where are
I'm
you?
from Russia. I'm from
You're
Russia.
from Russia. Okay. What
Yes,
did the
sir.
director tell you of the FSB yesterday
So,
on the call?
from yesterday's call, it wasn't with directly the director herself. The call was with the president of the parents group or the parent association. They had a meeting yesterday with the director regarding our stipends, regarding the whole slash, the reduction and everything. So, according to him, he said the director presented a rejection letter from Algeria and from Russia that has been sent, that she had received and acknowledged already. And her response to this rejection letter to the parent was that she is going to write a letter and send to the respective embassies of every BEA countries, telling them or notifying them that any student who feels he or she wants to collect this $220 should sign an undertaking and collect the $220. Any student who feels no, he is not going to pay the $220 should sign an undertaking stating or rejecting that he is not going to pay the $220. Now, what does that imply? It is
that all she said, sir?
not all.
No,
I'm
wait,
coming.
Dalitu.
Yes,
Dalitu.
I'm coming.
Dalitu.
That is so,
Please don't
please, if you're
interrupt,
not a
man.
student or you're
So,
not pro
what does this
student, I
mean?
don't see
This
why you're on this
Wait.
implies.
call.
Oh yeah,
This,
it's okay, guys. Guys, don't interrupt. Let him man talk. Oh yeah, go
all
ahead.
right.
Talk.
So this implies that there has been a mind game going on from day one. Now, anyone who accepts the $220, FSB has the right to come back any other day and say you have collected your money and you do not have the remaining
They've done
$280.
it before.
Anyone who rejects the money
Don't interrupt,
now,
please.
I can't hear you.
the FSB started giving a different explanation as to regarding the
So we can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
So the explanation they were giving to this letter now was that they never stated any reduction. The only thing they mean is that this is the money they have, and the money they have decided to divide it across the 12 months, and it amounts to $220. So they are going to pay this money $220, and as stated in clause 4 of the memo we received, they are going to pay the remaining balance at a later time. But if you look at the letter itself, the letter is contradictory. The letter clearly states that due to the economic situation, they have decided to make an adjustment to our stipends from $500 monthly
Exactly.
to $220 monthly.
Idea.
Then down there on class 4, they now stated that they are going to pay back this money. So it is, when you look at the letter, it is contradictory. So now, what we
I
yesterday
could
told
display later.
the president of the Parents Association is this: we are going to make sure we write to FSB requesting FSB to meet with all leaders from across all BEA countries. Let's sit down. Let them give us a detailed explanation from clause 1, clause 2, and clause 3 and clause 4 of their memo. What does each clause mean? And from there, this is our stand. If you say what you have is enough, is only going to amount to $220 for 12 months, we have the right, because what the students have voted is, okay, pay us the original money, which is $500. If this money is for 5 months or for 6 months, we will accept it, just like we did last year, and wait for the shortfall. Whenever the shortfall comes, we will clear the shortfall. But why are you now dividing the money across 12 months when you can just give it to us the way it is for this and specify the month you are paying for, just as it was last year? So something is going on, and then they sent the letter to us directly, but now every reply we are getting from the director herself is coming through phone calls. Why is it coming through phone calls? We want everything written, official statements, so that if tomorrow something happens, we have official statements. But when it comes to phone calls, we might not have the records of those phone calls, and she can easily deny saying this. So that is
Okay.
why, that is our stand. And we have tried to,
Okay.
I personally have tried to reach out to the one of the officers in the embassy today. They said they can't give us any clarification. We should call the director herself, and we have still not been able to reach out to the director because we have invited her for a meeting, but we have
Okay.
tried to.
Okay. So when you write that letter, what you're going to do is you can send it to Fave that reached out to me. I will post that letter on my Twitter page. Once you write that letter,
We are inviting
send it
them
to
to
me.
come and say every
Yeah. So once
message on that.
people write that letter, send it to me. I'll post on my Twitter page. Probably Favor will organize all of us again. We'll meet again next week and keep holding these sessions on Instagram until something's done about it. I think it's a deal, guys. I have a lot to do this Friday. I'll have a lot to stay longer with you guys, but I appreciate you guys. You are the future of our country, and God bless you. Okay, I hear you have the letter already. So please send the letter to me so that I can post on my page and we can copy who the director is on across social media, and also I will amplify it in the media. So you want to say something?
Yeah, sorry, please. So there was, the message, the call yesterday was late night, around 12 midnight in Nigerian time. So there was no time to communicate all of this with students. So Gigi here never knew about the call. He said that Hatu later joined us after the call. We explained everything explicitly. So he was trying to explain, but Gigi was not aware of it. So that was where the confusion was coming in. So that was
No wahala. No wahala. In the end, all of us, all of us want a better life, and we want money. So that's just the most. But I thank you guys so much. I appreciate you for your time. I have to run along into many other things I do now. Dalitu, you want to say something as we wrap up?
Yes, sir. I have your contact. This letter is talking about has been written already. We've had meeting twice, day before yesterday and yesterday. We've sent them a letter individually, and the union also have a letter which we have sent to them already. All I'm trying to say is that we want to give you the detailed information, because we all agree that we don't know when they're going to pay. But when you have a detailed information of what is happening and what they are saying, I believe it will guide you, it will help you on how to help us. So I want to just say this to clarify that particular statement. And whatever we are saying, we as leaders, we are trying to give the exact situation. That was why I asked him when he said, director said, come and sign and go. I asked him, is that all? That you said no. But that's not all she said. She said, if you want to take this money, come and sign it and tell us you will take the 220. When the remaining balance come, we'll balance you. But if you don't want to take it, sign it that you don't want to take it. The money should remain in the embassy. When the balance comes, then they pay you everything, because you cannot send it back to the coffers of the government. So that's just the point I want to make. We are going to give, I have your number. I'll send you every information, every letter that is necessary, all that we've done so far, and I believe we'll keep in touch till this matter is solved, inshallah. Thank you so much for your effort, and we really appreciate it on behalf of all the BA students.
Mr. Rufai, can I say something, please?
Just to clarify something.
In addition to what...
Okay, let Favor say so, because she's connecting via my phone. Yes. Yeah, Favor. Yeah, you're saying.
I would want to say I object to that, because this is kind of tricky in a way, because in our sense 2021, the same thing they also told us that the money is going to be given to us, and then like when it's for us to go and all of that, and then at the end of the day, we haven't paid that money. So it just kind of shade in a way. They will tell us to sign it now, and then later on they'll tell us they didn't say anything, or they'll deny the fact that they didn't say it. So do you understand?
We are not going to rest. That's why Mr. Rufai is here to help us. We are not going to rest on it. We're only saying what they say. We are not going to rest on it.
That was my sense also. The same thing happened in my sense.
Okay. Guys, so we'll follow up this way. I get all your points. We'll follow up this way.
Federal government will try to make themselves look better and avoid scandal, just to lie for anything. They've done it before. And it's unfortunate that the leaders are following them.
Okay, it's fine. You guys, please, united you stand, divided you fall. Next time when we come, I must see a sense of unity amongst you guys. You cannot win without being united. Enough said. All right? So after this call, you guys will still have to talk, iron out your differences. When we come to the world again, we must see a sense of unity, and so that we'll be able to get all of this done with. And so that when you guys graduate and you get your degrees, you come back to Nigeria and develop this great country, because this is our country and we need to make it work. Thank you. God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Rufai. I really appreciate you saying that.
Thank you.